Hi, everybody. This is a live broadcast from the Eco Guys. My name is John Wild, and there's been some pretty lively discussion on Facebook concerning banning of straws, uh, the red tide, and the banning of um, plastic bags in grocery stores. I want to hit a couple of things. One, a lot of people like to try to make fun of the fact that they're trying to ban or make illegal plastic straws. And I think it's about time. Um, Not only are plastic straws an absolute menace to our environment, both aquatic as well as land environment. I mean, just go down a main thoroughfare in your town and walk and count the straws on the ground. You'll be amazed. You really will be amazed. You don't sometimes realize these things because you go about your daily life looking this way instead of looking down. And I think if you walk around your town, walk around a major roadway or something like that, make sure you walk on the sidewalk, look down, look in the curb. You might be totally amazed on what you see on the ground. Okay. First and foremost, recycling is mandatory in a lot of places. There's other countries that we're trying to make fun of the fact that you can actually be arrested maybe or fined if you use plastic straws in some cities. There are some countries that if you don't recycle, you will go to jail because they figured that it's about time that people wake up and realize that we have got a garbage problem. We have got a waste problem. In fact, scientists, and I'm not talking about nutball environmental scientists, because as the eco guys, we try to stay away from that thing. We're the truth. There's a lot of things out there that environmentalists say that we say are untrue. And then there's a lot of things that the non-environmentalists say that we say is untrue or true. We stay with the facts and tell the truth about everything, including global warming and all that. We will tell you the truth. We won't tell you what we think you want to hear or what our agenda is. We have the agenda of truth, and that's it. The truth is, plastics is a necessary evil. It saves lives, does great things. As I'm talking to you, on me, I have plastics. My little flashlight on my hat here that I always have. I think it's not quite straight. It's made out of plastic. But it's a necessary thing for me to have. I see you. When I'm at night and I'm walking around or something like that, I have my headlight on. So I can see what's going on maybe. So it's what we do with these plastics when we're done with it. And is the plastics necessary? Is this a necessary item? Straws are not necessary anymore. They really are. Plastic straws are not necessary anymore. There's other things that you can do. One, there are metal straws that you can buy, and they of course they cost, the ones that are retractable and tractable. I'm waiting for an example one to come in so I can do a live video with it. Yeah, true. They may cost you $10 or something like that, but you never have to buy another straw again ever. And you have a straw you can just close up, put it in your purse, put it in your pocket, take it with you wherever you go. Because a lot of people don't like to use, when they crack open a soda can, they don't like to drink it. So you don't know where that soda can's been. You want to use a straw. Well, use a metal, by the way, retractable straw. And if anything ever happens to it, it's metal. It's 100% recyclable. Plastic straws are recyclable, but who recycles them? They're so small with the machinery that we have today, they just fall between the cracks and they don't get properly recycled. Learn what type of plastics, the straws that you use, okay? And then, like, say if it's a straw that's a number 2 plastic, then you put it in a container that's a number 2, like a milk jug or something like that. You put it inside those milk jugs that you recycle at your curb, and then that straw has a better chance of being recycled because it's in something larger that will go through the processing better. But the thing about it is just not to use it. Plastic bags, why are we using plastic bags? There's no reason anymore these days to use plastic bags. Not even for your lawn waste. We have lawn waste containers now. Most trash, the big ones that you wheel out to the curb. And still, if it's not, Use paper bags with your lawn waste. You can get those for free at the grocery store. Just when you go shopping, say, can I have a couple of extra paper bags? Let me show you an example of that. I go to a store here in Orlando called Publix. Whenever I go, I always bring my canvas bags, but occasionally I will forget them or not have them. And I ask for paper bags, and I get them. And I might ask for a couple of extra from them, and they give them to me. I don't go crazy because they got to pay for these. I realize that, but I do get a couple of extras. You can also buy large paper lawn waste bags, and for the most part, they're the same price or cheaper than plastic bags. These are made from 100% recyclable material, and when you're done with them, you can turn them in to be recycled again, or with your cardboard recycling, or you can use this for lawn waste, and it will go and the paper will break down because basically it's wood for the most part, and it'll break down. It says right there, combustible. I'm sorry, I said combustible. It's compostable, recyclable. But basically, it'll break down and become part of. It's combustible too if you want to light your fire with them. It'll break down and become part of. When your lawn waste goes to your landfill, they make it actually into like potting soil and things like that, and this will go right with it, make it into potting soil. So there's no real reason to use plastic bags anymore. Oh, well, I like to put plastic bags in my garbage can because I might have wet trash. Well, why are you putting wet trash in your garbage in the first place, in your home? Ugh. If you have a house, you should have a compost pile, number one. And number two, most homes these days have garbage disposals in their sink. That's where your wet garbage is supposed to go, down your garbage disposal, or make a compost. You don't need to use plastic bags. There's no reason to use them. Now, I would admit that I still use them. I still run into them. I don't like it, and I'm trying to phase that part of my life out where I don't need plastic bags anymore because they do nothing but wreck our environment. And a lot of people say, well, we throw it in the trash, and it goes into the garbage truck, and the garbage truck takes it to the landfill. Well, yeah, sometimes. Ever go down the street and see trash coming out of the garbage truck? Ever hear of tornadoes and big windstorms hitting landfills? All the time. They just don't report it on the news. Eventually, these things will find their way out of the landfill. Birds come along and pick this. I have seen a bird fly out of the landfill with a plastic bag in its hand. And it's just going to drop it somewhere. Plastics will stay around. This is kind of an interesting fact. I don't care how old you are. Unless it's been recycled or incinerated, every single piece of plastic you've ever touched, even down to the baby bottle you had as a child, is still on this earth and will be for hundreds of thousands of years after you're gone. We're just polluting our earth and piling up our landfill with items that could be recycled and reused. But we're getting off the subject. We're getting on the subject of straws. Yes, it's a problem. They've been found in dead fish. They've been found in turtles' noses. They are a menace. There's no reason in the world to have straws. And people are going out of control saying, well, you don't need to make it illegal to where it's a crime. Yeah, actually, we do. You may think you're not a criminal, but in most municipalities, mandatory curbside recycling is just that. It's the law. It's mandatory. Look up the word mandatory, okay? If you're not recycling, you're actually committing a crime. Just in most municipalities, there is no fine for it yet. Well, more and more municipalities, as you can see on the news, are changing that idea, and I think it's wonderful. I don't think they do enough. There's a $500 fine in a lot of communities if the garbage bin pop open your can and they see plastics, paper, cardboard, anything in your trash, they're not supposed to take it. If for some reason enforcement comes by and sees that in your can, it could be a $500 fine in most areas. I think they ought to up that to $5,000 fine and 30 days in jail. That sounds pretty radical and pretty out there, but now it's time that we do this. Like the red tide. Okay, well, we know what the red tide is a factor of. It's a factor of big sugar in southern Florida who shut down or redistributed the water from Lake Okeechobee directly into the ocean. And because of all the algae and bad stuff in Lake Okeechobee, it's poisoning our water supply instead of that natural filter that the grass in the Everglades does for it. And we need to stop that. We need to shut those off and have that natural. That's what Mother Nature was doing, was flowing all the water from Lake Okeechobee into the Everglades, where it naturally filters out the bad stuff. Well, there's so much extra bad stuff now in that water from Lake Okeechobee. Lots of rivers and streams feed Lake Okeechobee. The aquifer feeds Lake Okeechobee. Well, with all of our fertilizing and plastic waste in that lake, it has completely killed the lake and made it much worse than it's ever been before. Us humans, we're helping the bad stuff happen. Yes, it's a natural occurrence, but with all of our extra trash and garbage that we decide to throw into the waters, we're helping it even become worse than it is. And that is what's causing the red tide. But there's also scientific evidence that all the plastics and garbage already in the ocean is contributing to that. It's contributing to killing of our aquatic life, as well as our living aquatic, like the plant life. Then that's causing basically the water to heat up even more. This year, there was measurements of 87 degrees in the Gulf of Mexico with the water. There's nothing natural anymore to cool it down, because we're killing all the aquatic life that's fish and plants, that does cool down the water. That's the truth, folks. I mean, it's hard to comprehend, because I know there's a lot of rhetoric out there on both sides. Well, who's telling the truth? Is it the side that says, global warming and we're all in big trouble or is it the other side that's saying, yeah, it's all a bunch of hoopla, continue throwing out your plastics, use trash, don't recycle. It's Mother Nature will take care of itself, blah, 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 blah. Which one is the truth? Well, a little bit from both is the truth, and a little bit from both is a lie. The truth of the matter is, try this if you don't think that the trash and non-recycling is hurting the environment, let's try this. Get yourself a nice pitcher of water from your sink. Put it in your refrigerator, get it nice and cold and delicious. Then open up your garbage, take about a big old heap full of trash from your trash, put it in that pitcher of water. Pour it into a cup and drink it. Why not? Oh, you saying that's bad? You saying it'll make you sick? Think about that for a minute. I think that answers the question of, as we pollute our environment, is it hurting our waters? I think you just answered your own damn question, in my opinion, didn't you? Global warming. Let me just hit that for a quick second. Is it really happening? Oh, hell yeah. It's called the natural progression of the earth. Soon this earth will warm itself to where we can no longer live on it. It's going to happen. Natural order of things. The earth is warming. It may take 1 billion years more, but it's going to warm to the factor that we can't live on it anymore. It's just natural occurrence. But we're helping accelerate that process by putting deadly chemicals in the air. And that's where recycling comes in. You got to realize that no matter what the product is, recycling it puts a fraction of the bad stuff into the air that making it from virgin material does. And I don't mean virgin material like it doesn't get a date every now and then. I mean extracting that natural resources and then using those resources and chemical resources to make new products. That puts, let's just say on a 1 to 100 scale, you're recycling it, you're looking at a 1 or a 2. Virgin material, you're looking at 100% bad stuff in the air. Basically, let's get back to that little thing of water that we're talking about. I said, big old scoop of trash from your trash can, put it in your water and drink it. Okay, well, just take that one banana peel. Maybe that won't make you sick. That's basically what we're doing with recycling. And it is a fact, and it can't be disputed, that we have reached the point on this earth that we are consuming natural resources quicker than the earth can regenerate it. We've reached that point. So recycling is more important than ever, and doing it the right way. The ecoguys.net is always there to help you figure out what the truth is from the lies. And we're always there to answer questions if you have them on our Facebook or email. And you'll get the truth. You won't get some poppycock. There is no organization, there's no anyone who funnels money. All the money we make are donated from people, and we ask everyone to be anonymous. We are not on any side, we're on the truth side, the real side. And sometimes the truth may not be what you want to hear, but it's still the truth. And the truth is right now, when we deal with plastic straws and plastic garbage bags, two of the worst things in the world. And if you just spend an hour maybe of your day on YouTube, you'll see many videos that scare the hell out of you. And they're true. They're not faked. When you pull in straws and plastic forks and out of sea turtles' noses, it kills the sea turtles. That's killing aquatic life. And then when they have all the dead fish and they do the necropsy and find all the plastics in their stomach, a whale with over 1,000 plastic bags in its stomach. Ridiculous. If you have any questions, the ecoguys.net. Let us help navigate through this maze of information on what's true, what's real, what's not. But the new straw ban and the laws that are around it, fining people and making it a criminal act to even own a straw, it's a fantastic idea to me. If you're caught not recycling, business or personal, $5,000 fine. If you can't pay the fine, 30 days. Now, 30 days in jail? Maybe. How about 30 days working at a separation facility, a recycling facility? How about 30 days out there with the aquatic people pulling dead fish filled with plastics out of the Gulf of Mexico and out of the Atlantic Ocean, Pacific Ocean? That might change your mind a little bit. And how about this? Are you a parent? Do you have nephews? Do you have grandchildren? What kind of world are you going to leave them? It's going to be so bad, they're going to curse your existence. Thank you for leaving me a big trash hole. Appreciate it. Do something today. Do the right thing. I'll be back again and again and again. Stay green.